All right, welcome to our monthly networking. Today we are going to kick things off with a very, very short presentation that is going to reinforce what I've been talking about for the last couple of months. And I'm just keep reinforcing it, reinforcing it, reinforcing it because I really want everybody to get paid engagements. So today I'm going to show you 9 AI prompts to book more speaking engagements. Now, this isn't just another, here's a new 9 prompts for you to try. This one really is related to that 5 by 5 by 5 outreach system that I'm always talking about. These are prompts that are going to help you find those 5 engagements every day so you can get those 25 out every week, those 100 out every month. So let's get going. All right, as we know with the 5 by 5, that really speakers are not lacking the skill. And we all know great speakers who are starving and poor speakers that are doing really well. And it really has nothing to do with their skill level. It has everything to do with their hustle and their processes. Now, what we need to do is start systemizing your genius so that you can actually land those paid engagements. Right now, what a lot of us have been doing, and what most speakers do, when you go to an NSA convention or any convention, you'll find that most speakers, they don't really have any kind of outreach plan. They build a website, probably spend way too much money on the website, but they build the website and then they hope that planners find them. Now that is not, what does it say here? Hope is not a strategy. Exactly. Hope is not a strategy for this system. Okay. You need to actually have a plan in place so that you can create a business. Businesses don't happen by accident. You need to focus on an end result, and the end result is making money. You're not focusing if you're just building a website and leaving it there and hoping. So anyway, what we want to do is develop those consistent habits that you're always prospecting and you're always looking for opportunities, because that's how the most successful speakers work. They're always looking for those opportunities and they have those processes in place. And here's the wonderful thing. With AI, it's not expensive. You don't need a team of 10 people doing your outreach. It is the great equalizer when it comes to your prospecting is now AI, because it does an awful lot of the work that you would have required a team to do not that long ago. So why don't speakers do this? Well, they haven't been doing it because it takes too long. It's a pain in the ass, and then you've got that the call reluctance. You don't want to pick up the phone. You don't want to talk to people. Here's the thing with the 5 by 5 by 5 plan. Consistently over the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've asked people who've been following it. They've made their 25 phone calls. How many people actually answered the phone? And to the one, there was a bunch of them, but every one of them said the exact same thing. One person answered the phone. That is a 96% chance of you getting a voicemail when you're doing your outreach. So if you have call reluctance, you don't have to have call reluctance. Now remember, when you're using your AI, you're filtering things down and you're not just finding every conference that's out there, which used to be what Google would do. You would do these Google searches for what you're looking for. Now with AI, you can train it on who you are, what your topic is, who your audience is, and it will go out and it will find you the events that are perfect for you. So it's not just going to Orlando and saying, oh my God, there's 300 events happening in Orlando this week. Now we've got to apply to something. Now you can go there and you can find exactly the events that are a good fit for you, that are most likely to hire you, and even better, more likely to pay you. Now, who wins in this market? Obviously, it's the person with the most consistent outreach. Are you finding a theme here? I'm telling you about what's going to help you get on more stages, and it's consistency and building the habits of success, which are constant outreach and constant sales. You do the consistent outreach, you become a visible speaker. You don't have to be the best speaker. You just have to be out there. People have to see you over and over again. You need to, almost say it, fake it till you make it. You've got the credibility. Build the credibility, be out there, do the consistent outreach, get on some stages, and start building your business that way. Here is your system. And you've heard me talk about this before. You nail your positioning and you build your products. Then you go and you do some really customized searching for engagements that fit with you. And then you do customized outreach. And it's that virtuous circle where you keep doing this and this becomes your consistent outreach strategy. You're going to get more gigs. So remember, clarity converts, and there's no real rhyme to that, but you can just look at this. You can take a picture if you want. Now, here are the 9, not 10, the 9 custom prompts that I want you to start using so you can hit your 5 by 5 by 5 5. Now, I've broken it up into 3 prompts each. The first one is under prospecting and finding engagements. Now, I've said this before many times too. We remember, those of us who are ancient, how difficult it was to find events even 6 or 7 years ago. Before AI, it really was going to Google and doing a lot of just, you want to say backbreaking, but it's not really nail breaking maybe? Yeah, nail breaking work, typing away, looking for engagements, and then not finding very many of them. But with AI, it finds lots of them. So if you're going to be wondering where these prompts are, I'm actually dropping it in the chat. I've actually got it downloaded with these prompts, so you'll be able to look at them. So the first one is to create your high target list. So my keynote topic is, my audience is, summary of my core message book framework is. Now, here's a little secret hack to this one. I actually recorded a video, and it's on our workshop page, it's on the YouTube channel, on how to create a one sheet for AI. Now, if you go and watch that video and you already have watched that video and you have the one sheet, you don't need to do that first part. You just upload that one sheet for AI to your LLM of choice. And then you immediately just start with identify 20 US based associations where this topic would be a strong fit for a paid keynote in the next 12 months. And then it's got the criteria. So it's finding you the leads based on your content and expertise, right? Provide a clear explanation of why this audience is a strong fit. This is really helping you because now you're not just going there and dropping a line in the water and hoping some fish bites. You're targeting, you're hunting, you're looking for specific details, and you're taking aim and I'm getting the whole analogy going here. You're taking aim and you're going after the opportunities. You're not just hoping, which is what happens when you just throw a lure into a lake. Precision event matching engine, another one. Amazing. Again, if you've got your one sheet for speakers, this works, right? You can skip that first thing. I'm a speaker on, I previously spoke at. That's all in your one sheet. So using this one sheet, identify 12 events in whatever state or region or city that you want after June 2026. Right? Very, very simple stuff. You can cut and paste all of these into chat right away after we finish this call. Some of you are probably doing it already, looking for engagements. Now you can hand this over to your VA as well. Your VA can do this work for you. Here's the underserved market opportunity finder. Again, you can upload your speaker one sheet, your AI one sheet. Identify 10 underserved or overlooked industries or association services segments where this topic would be highly valuable, but it's not yet saturated with speakers. 2, the customization. Now you've found all of these amazing events that you want to apply to. And remember, you want to do 5 a day. You don't need to do 10, don't need to do 15. If you do 5 a day, it adds really quickly. So you need to customize this. So you need to do a little bit of research. Now, obviously, if you've got the various AI tools and you're using the ones on the website, that's fine. You can use your custom AI tools. They work great. This is for those quick and dirty kind of, an event comes in, you want to just get this done. Have this document that I have there for download, have that ready and just make it so that you can pull it down and use these prompts right away. Now, I made the document a Word document so you can edit these prompts. You don't need to think that the prompts that I come up with and that I create and that I drop in here are the final versions. ChatGPT is always changing. All the LLMs are always getting more powerful. That means you can always play with the prompts, expand them, play with them, make them your own. Think of it as just, these are your jumping off points. Use these prompts and then just push them. Push the limits of the prompt, see what it can give you until it starts giving you crap. And then you can pull it back a bit. And then try it again in 6 months. It'll probably be better. So the audience research, right? You're speaking to who are you speaking to? You've landed one of those gigs, and here's the audience. Uh, let's see. What are 5 current challenges? The unfair advantage tool does that. Their hidden fears and frustrations. This is getting you into the psychology of your audience. Your client-specific talk customization blueprint. This is where you just tell the AI, you are a world-class keynote strategist. My core topic is blah. I'm speaking to blah. Analyze the organization's priority. This, again, is giving you deeper insight into the audiences that you want to speak to. This is separating you from all of your competition because most speakers don't do that. Your signature story and case builder. Now, a lot of us have our signature stories, but you want to customize them to your clients. You always want to be customizing everything to your clients. So again, my audience is create 3 impact stories. You can read this yourself. I don't need to read this. You don't need a book report on this. You can use the tool, right? You copy and paste this and you drop it into your LLM of choice and find out what it has for you. And then now that you've done your research, you've got your prospects, you've done your research, and now it's doing your outreach. You want to write emails? Very, very simple. Act as this is something really critical. When you're giving an instruction to your LLM, tell it what it's supposed to act as. Act as a high-level outreach strategist for professional speakers. Tell it that is your job during this chat. The target organization, who are you speaking to? Here's my topic. If you're using this, if you use all of these on the same chat, they'll remember each other as well. So if you're going through on the prospecting and then you go down and start asking the outreach and customization questions, it'll remember the first part of the chat as well. So, you don't have to start a new chat for each one of these. You just keep it rolling for a project. So this is the cold outreach, right? My cold email should blah blah blah. There it is. Constraints, keep it under 150 words. You want to keep it really, really, really tight. Act as a relationship strategist for a professional speaker. Again, my topic, my ideal audience. Write a message I can send to past clients. Oh, what have we done there? Oh, boop, boop. There we go. Past clients to generate more speaking referrals. How many of us actually ask our clients after we finished our engagement to refer us to their sister organizations? If I'm speaking to a New York chapter of an organization, they probably know the people in the other chapters, the leadership in the other chapters. So get those referrals. You're always working on your business. So use it, help AI help you by drafting these. And then a strategic follow-up sequence. Now, again, when you send that initial outreach, I say 80% of the people will never reply to your emails and your phone calls. So put these in. You never know when your email is going to arrive at the right time. Somebody pulls out, your email arrives. Set it up in your CRM. Just schedule it in Google or schedule it in your Outlook. You can just schedule it to go out. So it's going to go out 5.5 months before it'll be there. So do this tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. It's all networking. Do this tomorrow. Find your 5 organizations. Pick 3 of the prompts from that document and go through it. Do your 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. All right, guys, let's get to networking.